Hey everybody, it's low carb and keto nutrition specialist Amy Berger from 2itnutrition.com bringing you, as always, keto without the crazy. Are you ready to emerge into the world and attend an in-person low carb keto event? Would you like to meet me at one of these events? I am here to tell you about 3 in-person events happening in February. It is 3 Saturdays in a row. There's Saturday, February 5th in Winchester, Virginia. It's about an hour or so west of DC, maybe less than that. I haven't been there in a long time. I used to live not far from there. But February 5th in Winchester, Virginia. February 12th in Raleigh, North Carolina, February 19th in the Atlanta, Georgia area. And all 3 events are sponsored by the company Adapt Your Life, which if you've watched my videos for a while, you've heard me mention them. They are the ones that help us do those courses I've told you about. Our Keto Made Simple Masterclass. We have an online course based on my book, The Stall Slayer. We have a cholesterol course that we just ran back in November that was dynamite. So check out there's be links to everything below. But you can see the details on all of these events at here. The website's a little bit long, so bear with me. adaptyourlifeacademy.com/events, or just go to adaptyourlifeacademy.com. You click on the menu and you'll find the events. But I will link below for your convenience to each individual event. The Winchester on February 5th, Raleigh February 12th, Atlanta February 19th. Now, couple of very, very cool things about these events that, in my opinion, set them apart from a lot of the other keto conferences and events that happen. So first, you've heard me talk a lot about Dr. Westman, my co-author on the book End Your Carb Confusion. He's kind of a household name if you do keto and low carb. Like, if you don't know Eric Westman, approximately how large is the rock you've been living under. He really has spearheaded a lot of the earliest research in the modern era. Like, this diet was researched a long time ago, but in more recent years, Dr. Westman has really been at the forefront of some of this research, and he's out of Duke University here in North Carolina. So Dr. Westman is part owner of Adapt Your Life, so he speaks at all their events. And we may have some events elsewhere in the country. Before the pandemic, we had events all over the place. We went up to I wasn't there, but they did one in Vancouver. They did one in Southern California. So we've kind of been around. But right now, just as things are beginning to open and we feel that we can do this somewhat safely, we're doing it just here in sort of the Southeast for now. But so Dr. Westman speaks at every one of these events. He will be giving a workshop. I will be speaking in Raleigh and Atlanta. I will not be at the Winchester event, but if you live anywhere near Winchester, Virginia, by all means go there. Because the whole point of these events is to keep things local, really. We want to unite the local community. You might be the only person who eats low carb or keto in your household or in your friends and family circle. So it might be nice for you to spend a whole afternoon with other people from the nearby area who also are doing low carb or keto. Meet some new friends, meet some people to go have dinner with once in a while. So going along that theme, Adapt Your Life specifically invites local medical doctors, nutritionists, personal trainers, and other sort of allied health professionals to speak and present at these events. So for example, at the Winchester event, there's going to be a keto-friendly cardiologist. Believe it or not, they do exist. His name is Eric Thorne. I've met him many times. I used to work at a farm in Maryland, and he shopped there. His mother shopped there. So I can tell you, there's a cardiologist out there who used to buy quarts of lard from our farm, from our gorgeous, happy pigs, pastured pigs. So he'll be there. I think the nurse that works with him will be there, and so some other speakers will be there. But people that are like keto-friendly medical and nutrition professionals that are closer to those local areas. So In Raleigh, of course, I live in Durham, so I'll be there again. Dr. Westman's at all the events. My a dear friend and colleague named Wickham Simons. You might not know him very well, but he's a medical doctor. He's a longtime friend and colleague of Dr. Westman's. He'll be presenting in Raleigh. You've heard me talk about Casey Durango from Go Keto with Casey. She will be speaking in Raleigh, as will Christy Sullivan from Cooking Keto with Christy. I know it's like Go Keto with Casey, Cooking Keto with Chris. There's a lot of those kind of alliteration sounds. Christy Sullivan is like widely beloved for her cookbooks and recipes. Did I almost feel like I said Cookbook Sullivan. I hope I said Christy Sullivan. She's very known for her cookbooks. I have I think three of them sitting right over there on the back of my bookshelf. She will be speaking. So that's going to be a great day. And in Atlanta, do you know who's speaking? Besides little old me, small bottom gal on the totem pole, and there's Dr. Westman. Ken Berry will be there, who is hard to describe how well known he is. So Ken Berry will be there. His wife, Nisha Berry, will be there. She's an RN, so she has a lot of medical experience as well. They will be there. We also have a friend and colleague, Dr. Jeff McDaniel, who is out of the Atlanta area, who is an MD, who he himself, just like Ken Berry, just like our friend Tro Kalajian from the New York area, Dr. McDaniel has lost, I think, like over 100 pounds doing a low carb diet himself. So just a fabulous lineup of speakers at any of these events. Like you can't miss, you can't lose going to any of these. And when I said they're kind of unique compared to a lot of the other events, that's part of it. You'll get Dr. Westman speaking at all of them. You'll get some people that are local. So if you live in Virginia or you live near Atlanta and you've been struggling to find a keto-friendly doctor or somebody to work with in your area, you might get introduced to people. Or if they're not seeing new patients, or maybe they're a little too far, they might be able to recommend someone else for you. You know, we have our own networks. We all kind of know each other. And then the biggest thing here, in my opinion, is the biggest way that these events, that we set ourselves apart. Those of you that might be familiar with some of the larger events, like the Low Carb USA, they do the Low Carb San Diego, they do one in Boca Raton, Florida every year. The Low Carb Denver is not happening this year because of COVID. It's just too onerous with the restrictions. But the past several years, they had Low Carb Denver, the Metabolic Health Summit, which is in May this year. Some of these conferences are several $100s just to buy a ticket to attend. Just the registration fee alone is several $100s. Plus the cost of your airfare, maybe 3 or 4 days of lodging, if not more, meals while you're out of, away from home, possibly transportation if you need to take Ubers back and forth. Before you know it, it could be a $2,000 weekend or a $1,500 weekend. That is very much out of reach and unrealistic for a lot of us, me included. I have a hard time going to some of those, except I am fortunate where, like, if I get invited to speak at some of them, then of course I don't have to buy a ticket. And I mean, most of the time they'll reimburse the speakers for travel. So they'll reimburse you for your flight and your lodging, but not always. So, that's a whole other aside. Never assume that speakers are like making money off of these things. Often they're actually putting up their own funds just to attend. Anyway, that is neither here nor there. The point is, those larger events, not only are they financially out of reach of some of us, logistically it's hard. If you have kids or if you can't take that much time off work, you cannot really attend some of these. And they, more of them are starting to have virtual options, like a live stream, or maybe everything is usually recorded and it's put on YouTube a few months later for free for the public. So if you're willing to wait, that's perfectly fine. But of course, some of these events are just really nice for networking, meeting people. And after the last 2 years, just being together, having fellowship with other like-minded people in the same room. And Amy Berger is one of the world's biggest introverts. Those of you who know the Myers-Briggs personality typing, I am INFJ, and I broke the scale. Like, of introversion. Like I'm off the chart introversion. And but even I am ready to like be with people again, talk to people, have conversations face to face. Zoom is not the same. Zoom is great for what it is. It's not the same as face to face eye contact. Even if you're wearing a mask, you can still get the eye contact. So these events are much lower priced. There is an attendance fee. I mean, because we have expenses, we have to rent the venue, we have to, pay for the speakers to come and like take it, whatever. So they're not free, but they are much, much more affordable and realistic than some of these larger multi-day events. These Adapt Your Life events are one day, it's just that one Saturday. So if you're in the local area, you could just drive in that morning. It starts like around maybe 9 a.m. Usually registration is around 8:30 or so. So depending on how far away you live, you can either drive in that morning and stay all day, or you might want to just stay the night before, get a hotel room in town so that you're there early in the morning. But that evening you would leave. It's done by like 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. or so. And we're going to have some book signings. I will have all of my books there. We'll have End Your Carb Confusion there. So I'll be there to sign. Dr. Westman can sign. I will have my Alzheimer's book and my Stall Slayer book. So if you want to meet me, possibly purchase a signed copy of my book or the book that I co-wrote with Dr. Westman, these events are just really the perfect thing. And they're just so much more reasonably priced and so much less intimidating than those multi-day events. Like if you kind of like want to ease into being around people again, and you don't want to be at an event that's 4 days and 500 attendees. I think we cap these at like maybe 150 or so max. So it's extremely educational, helpful, motivating, uplifting, but also low key and like manageable and non-intimidating, in my opinion, based on the events that we had prior to COVID. So I'm really excited. I hope to see you there. You can, like I said, there'll be links below, adaptyourlifeacademy.com/events, or just adaptyourlifeacademy.com, and you can click on the menu, you'll find the events. And while you're there, check out the courses. Our Keto Made Simple flagship courses there, the cholesterol course, my course on breaking stalls, and not all of them we don't run them all the time. We run them at specific times throughout the year, but you can get on the wait list for any of them so that you'll get notified when the next one is open. And if you sign up for the wait list, there's no financial obligation whatsoever. Like you're not paying, you're just signing up for the list to get notified when the next one is opening up. So it's all good. I hope to see you. I should, in due diligence, as far as I know right now, and I'm recording this on January 23rd, we are going to require masks, and there may be some distancing. It may be that we set the chairs up in the audience like a certain distance apart. I'm not sure about that, but I do know, I think we will expect you to wear a mask. So if you are not prepared to wear a mask and you don't want to wear a mask, do not plan to come to these events. We ask that you respect, it's really it's a combination of Dr. Westman's medical opinion as to what should be done to keep everybody as safe as possible, and of course, obeying the state and local mandates, and then the mandate of whatever that venue is. That particular theater, that particular hotel or auditorium might require masks or distancing in the chairs. So it's really not necessarily like up to me. It's not even up to the company Adapt Your Life. We want to keep everybody safe, but we do think that there is a way to have these events and keep you all safe. And I'll be there. I'm ready to go, and I hope to see you there, because I've had a really rough year, totally unrelated to COVID. I've gone through some stuff, and it would just be nice to be with some warm-hearted fans and followers and people that just want to learn about low carb and keto. Yeah. So check out the links, and I will hope to see you there. I'll be in Raleigh and Atlanta. I will not be in Winchester, but Don't let that stop you from going to Winchester. Dr. Westman will be giving his workshop there. Eric Thorne, the cardiologist, Mary Lou, his nurse, I think, will also be speaking. Jacqueline I always forget if it's Shoemaker or Schumacher. Shoemaker, a keto-friendly nutritionist in the Winchester area will be there. Like, it's dynamite. You can't go wrong either way. All right. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.